Alright, this is my last part of the literal equations worksheet, and these 4 questions are a little more advanced, a little tougher than the rest of the questions that I posted earlier, but let's get started. I have c plus ac is equal to ab, and I need to solve this equation for a. And a are placed in 2 places, but don't worry, let's get started. I am going to just copy down what I am given right here. And then, okay, and oopsie, I don't know why it keeps doing that. A, B, and then I'm solving for variable of A. So what I do is I am going to put all A terms on the left side of the equation and put the rest of the other terms on the other side or the right side of the equation, meaning I need to send this C to the opposite side and this AB to the left side. So if I do that, I get AC minus AB is equal to negative C. Okay, so when you are crossing the equal sign and going the opposite side of the equation, C becomes negative C and AB becomes negative AB. And that's what I wrote down right here, negative AB and negative C. And AC stays as AC. All right, so from this, I am going to factor out the variable of A and put the rest of the alphabet in my parentheses. So if I get rid of A, I am left with C and minus B. And that's equal to negative C. And I need to isolate this variable of A, and I can do that by dividing each and every term with what I have in the parentheses, which is C minus B. That way I can get rid of that C minus B that's attached to my variable of A and successfully isolate the variable of A, and that's equal to negative C over C minus B. And that's going to be my final answer, so I'm going to box it and put it right there. Okay, moving on to the second question on this page. I have 8m is equal to 3x plus hx, and I need to solve for x. Okay, so I'm going to rewrite the whole expression here. Now, as I have already told you, I like putting the variable or variables that I'm solving for on the left side of the equation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write 8m on the right side and erase this part. Now, since I am solving this for the variable of x, I am going to factor out x like that and write what's left behind in the parentheses and write 8m on the other side of the equation. And then I can divide each term with 3 plus h so that I can completely get rid of this 3 plus h that's attached to variable of x. And now I have successfully isolated the variable of x, and on the other side of the equation I have 8m over 3 plus h. And that's going to be my final answer, so I boxed it. Okay, moving on to third problem. I have 1 over y minus 6x is equal to 5 minus 9 over y, and we are solving for the variable of y. Now this question is a little tougher because we are solving for a variable that's placed in the denominator and it's present at two different places. But let's get started. I have 1 over y minus 6x is equal to 5 minus 9 over y. Now, as I have already mentioned, I do not like seeing variable that I'm solving for in the place of a denominator. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply y to every term that's present in this expression so that I can get rid of that y in the denominator. And if I do that, I am left with negative 6xy on the left side of the equation, and on the right side I have 5y minus 9y. Okay, oh, sorry, minus 9, because we have already crossed that y out. Okay. Oh, actually, if you cross that out, you have 1 left. Sorry, I almost missed it. There you go. Okay, and since we are solving for this y, I am going to put all y terms on the left side of the equation and everything else on the right side of the equation. That means I am going to send this 5y to the left side as negative 5y and put this positive 1 to the right side as negative 1. So if I do that and rewrite it, I have negative 6xy minus 5y is equal to negative 9, negative 1. And that's equal to negative 10. So let's erase this and put just negative 10 right there. Okay. Now I notice that every term in my expression has a negative sign, every single one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply negative 1 to every term to change the sign, and I get 6xy plus 5y is equal to positive 10, and from this let's factor out y here. If I factor out y, I get y parenthesis 6x plus 5 is equal to 10, and in order to get rid of that parenthesis, I am going to divide every term with 6x plus 5. That way I can cross that out and say y is equal to 10 over 6x plus 5. And that's going to be my final answer, so I'm going to box it and put it right there. There you go. Okay, we are almost done. These are one of the toughest questions in the chapter of literal equations, and if you are doing great, then it's great. Okay, let's tackle this final problem. We have 2x plus 1 over xy is equal to 5, and we are solving for the variable of x. Now this is tough because we have x in two different places, and one is in the denominator and the other is in the numerator. But let's not worry. Let's get started first. 2x plus 1 over xy is equal to 5. Now, you know what? I am going to rewrite 5 as 5 over 1 because, well, it is equal to 5 over 1, right? So I'm going to erase it and put it like that. Now what you can do is you can cross multiply, meaning you can multiply xy with 5 and set it equal to 2x plus 1 times 1. So let's write it that way. 5 times xy, or 5xy, is equal to 2x plus 1 times 1, which is just 2x plus 1. Okay, much simpler. Now, since we are solving for the variable of x, I am going to collect all the terms that has x in it on the left side of the equation and put all the rest on the other side of the equation. Meaning, I will have to send that 2x to the other side of the equation as negative 2x, because when terms travel across the equal sign, it changes its sign. So I have 5xy minus 2x equals 1. Now what we can do is we can factor out this variable of x. And if I do that, if I take that x out front, I can put 5y and negative 2 in the parentheses and put the same thing on the right side of the equation. Now the last step is to get rid of what we have in the parentheses by dividing 5y minus 2, 5y minus 2. And we can cross this entire thing out and conclude that our x is equal to 1 over 5y minus 2. And that's going to be our final answer. So I boxed it and I'm going to put it right there. All right, so I hope this video helped you guys learn more about literal equations. Now, once you watch my videos and once you follow along, what I would advise you is I would advise you to download the PDF version of my worksheets and try it yourself. And then once you are in trouble or want to hear explanation or watch explanation, then you can just watch my video solutions to a problem that you need to, or for the problem that you need help with, or for every single problem if you have time. And if you do that, you don't really need to read thick textbooks or like go through pages and pages of books that are really boring to read. So this way you can get done with literal equations literally by watching this video and just solving some problems on worksheet. So I would say that this is much easier way for you to learn algebra or geometry or pre-calculus or calculus. So that's the point of all of my lessons. And if you like this style of learning, then you should probably consider subscribing to my channel. And of course, you can always like my video and share it with your friends and family for their math help. Anyways, this is it for you guys. I will see you guys with another video in another chapter. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in another video. Bye!